Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Good? All right. So I'm Bhramar Mukherjee. I am the chair of Biostatistics, and I have been the chair since 2018. And so this is my 5th year. So I have grown a lot in this role, but I can tell you, I just want to start by saying that this is one of the world's largest, oldest, finest, but kindest biostatistics departments. The department started in, guess what, when?
2004.
So off. 1949. So if we had prizes, 1949. 1949, so we just celebrated, we wanted to celebrate 70 years of the department in 2020, but COVID happened, so we had to postpone everything. But we finally did celebrate it last year. So this is actually one of those few campuses where the biostatistics department precedes the statistics department. So the statistics department just celebrated their 50 years. So I always tell the statistics chair that we are older and wiser by 20 years. So if you are considering statistics, that's my pitch. All right. So I just want to tell you that obviously before any presentation these days I ask, like, how can I stand unique to ChatGPT? How can I contribute in addition to ChatGPT? So I asked ChatGPT, what is your advice for graduate students in biostatistics? And I thought that this will be very bad, but actually it aligned with most of the things that I believed. Stay motivated, develop good study habits, network and collaborate, keep up to date with latest research. This is very important. Communicate effectively. As a biostatistician, you'll be expected to do that. As a mathematician, you can forget about that. Seek out mentors, it's extremely important. And then the final thing, take care of yourself. So as you are sitting in this room, please do take care of yourself and take care of each other. Nothing is more important than that. No academic accolades, no awards are more important than that. So I just want to say that. And then I wanted to show you that did I follow all of this advice when I was a graduate student? Wow. So this was me. I was really most important. I went to Purdue. I graduated in 2001. And this was my first major conference. And some of the things that I want to tell you that we are very, very much more of a dreamer. We wanted to solve all the Clay Institute's million-dollar problems and changing the universe over coffee and pie. We were together with the math department. So it's just like I saw an insane amount of eccentricity. And then you see that the first major conference, this is all of us. And to me, the best part of graduate school was getting to know people from different parts of the world. I had read about China, I had read about Korea, I had read about US, I had read about Taiwan, but I never met people talking about their cultures, sharing their food, sharing their stories, sharing their appearance. And so in this picture, the second picture, you can see that this was in our first major conference. All of us, I have to say, were severely drunk. We went to Fells Point in Baltimore and then did a pub crawl or bar hopping. But we were just like coming from different cultures and we had a lot of enthusiasm. But something happened during graduate school for me. I became a parent. I do not recommend that, but you know, it also gives you a perspective of life. So this is actually a picture of my dissertation work. I worked all day on a blackboard, and you have to think about how old I am. There are no smartphones. There are no immediate cameras to assist screenshots of everything people are writing. And then I would go, my daughter will come visit me, and then she'll erase everything that I did all day. And I didn't take a photo. Everything is gone. So this is truly my daughter when she was 3 years old. But you actually realize that this is more important. This is more beautiful. And she was always, when you are poor and you know, you don't have anything and an immigrant student, then you have very smart babysitters. People actually want to help you. When you become rich and famous, nobody cares about you. You're expected to stand on your own. So there's something good about being a graduate student. I had very smart babysitters for free when I wanted to do something, my friends, all the community. The village raised my daughter. So this is my doctoral work. This is my advisor. This is a before and after picture. And you know, I did my dissertation on something in probability, actually, optimal design for estimating the path of a stochastic process. I never did anything related to my dissertation after I became faculty. And that's a different story. My advisor and I did not get along very well. He and I came from two different cultures of statistical thinking and also personal thinking. So he was very tough, very, very tough. My graduate school was not very pleasant. So I'm not saying that it is going to be like that. But then after years of like conflicts and so on, we finally became very good friends. I was one of his 3 Facebook friends. So I'm very proud of that. My advisor, Professor Studden, passed away 3 years ago, and I feel like an academic orphan. Your advisor, good or bad, is still sort of a reference point, your North Star, all your life. So I think that relationship is very important. When I was at Purdue, I also sought mentors, women mentors. And in this picture, I'm showing you 2 women mentors. One of them was the first female chair of Purdue, Mary Ellen Bach on the left-hand side, and then Rebecca Dodge, who is currently a dean at Carnegie Mellon. And she was an assistant professor. I was a graduate student. What am I trying to tell you? That one of you, many of you, will be leaders someday. But it all begins at graduate school. It all begins with friendships and also mentors. So I'm incredibly thankful for who I am, for my friends at Purdue. They know all my failures. They know all my struggles. I do not have to be a hero to them. So I thank my graduate school for where I am today. And I think that wherever you go, I hope you choose Michigan. You'll be making a mistake if you don't. But if you make that mistake, I think it's very important to cherish that mistake and make that decision to be the right decision for your life, because graduate school is a very powerful time in a person's life. It really shapes and forms who you are going to be, the lessons that you are going to embody as department chair or as a leader. So here you are. Welcome to Ann Arbor. Welcome to a huge department of biostatistics where we are proud to host many students. We are in the School of Public Health. And so those of you who are coming from a math and stat background, you may not even know what the departments in School of Public Health look like. So in the school, we have 6 departments: epidemiology, biostatistics, you probably have heard, but we also have environmental health, we have nutrition, we have health behavior and health education, we have policy. So this is how the departmental structure in the School of Public Health looks like. And inside the department, we have deans and associate deans at the school level. Inside the departments, women rule, right? So inside the department, I'm the first woman chair of this department. I'm very proud of that. And then Kelly and Lou are my 2 amazing associate chairs. We have the largest number of faculty of any biostatistics department, and I'm happy to tell you that we recruited 7 outstanding biostatisticians this year as tenure track faculty, and we are recruiting some more, but we already have 44 faculty members, about 28 in tenure track, and then we also have clinical and research track faculty. And then I'm sure you cannot see our students. I don't know how these slides were put up, but we do have 276 students from around the world, and we are truly a home of international scholars in this department. So I think that, as I showed you, that to me, Purdue was sort of a microcosm of the world, and we see that in Michigan biostatistics as well. So what do we do? I think we provide high quality training and education. That's our first thing. We have a flagship graduate program. Students from and Kelly will show you the data where our alums are. But personally, I have been incredibly enriched as a human being by interacting with our students. We do lot of consulting and collaborating, and from the get-go, you'll see that we are the leaders of analyzing health data on campus. Our faculty, students, and staff obviously do methodological research as well. We are very committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion in the data science workforce, and there are some very intricate issues about fairness of algorithms, about how to treat race in a causal inference context, which are actually data science questions in DEI. And we really want to further our research in that area. We already have a lot of research going on there. And then finally, we want to be an intellectually vibrant and socially progressive community that uses data to improve human health and health in a very broad sense. So I encourage you to think, sitting in this room, that this is where the first polio vaccination trial of 1.8 million children started. With Thomas Francis Jr. and Jonas Salk, we have a responsibility to this world. So obviously, we have many areas of strength, and you're going to hear from faculty about those areas. Bayesian methods, I'm sure you guys love it. And I would like to have a fight between the frequentist and Bayesian, but maybe the two worlds are coming together. Big data, clinical trials, data integration, EHR, environmental statistics, a huge center for statistical genetics and genomics, health disparity research, and also some of the classical pillars of longitudinal data, missing data, survival analysis, survey methodology, all of them, image analysis. So the one good thing about being big is that you can actually host experts for many different areas, and you can find that friend, you can find your own North Star. So we always talk about goals and numbers. We rarely talk about values. Goals and metrics actually are different than values. And I do think that a department has to have an architecture or scaffolding which is based on values. So these are some of our values. We want to be bold in our work. We want to be inclusive. We want to translate this world to somewhere good. We want to collaborate well with the department, within the department, across different institutions. We want to be very self-determined and self-aware, and we want to be mindful of our well-being. So what does a department chair do? The department chair obviously keeps the train running. That's the bad part of the job. But it also can create new destinations. So over the last 5 years, this is my last year as chair, I have been able to create some new destinations for the department, particularly by providing good food for the students. So, and party, you'll see, like we have become quite a party department. And so when I pre-COVID, in my first term as chair, I wanted to build the pillars on which my chair term, my legacy is going to rest. And so it was based on changing the curriculum, modernizing the curriculum, bringing advanced research computing in-house to the department, make the two be different worlds, the world come together in terms of cultural integration, making everybody feel valued, really translate research into impact, and really raise the next generation of leaders in terms of students, in terms of faculty, but also I wanted biostatistics to take over the campus. I wanted the biostatistics mafia everywhere, and I think I have been successful to some extent. So we are launching a new Master's in Health Data Science in 2024, and I'm sure some of you are considering that. This is a new Master's. We had a concentration since 2019. It has courses in statistics, machine learning, computing, and many of you, so the department is moving and blending and assimilating data science, deep learning, all of these tools, amazing tools that are available to us now, but standing on the classical principles of good study design, good epidemiology, good foundation. And then obviously some of you have attended BDSI, and I'm sorry if you attended on Zoom. I don't remember you as well as the people. Yeah, I'm sorry. And so, but this is an amazing program, and there are several people in this room who can attest to that. And I'm very, very thankful. 287 students trained till date, and more than 60% of them are changing the world through data, one algorithm at a time. So as I said that we have in-house computing support, this is something that makes us stand out as biostatistics department, because it's not just enough to talk the talk, you have to walk the talk. And Dan and Mike have been in-house who help students to get your R code, translate into an R package, how do you do advanced research computing, how do you actually use Linux clusters, and so on. So I strongly encourage you to go to the departmental software page, those of you who are interested in different kinds of tools that we are developing, not just papers. These tools are used by thousands of people around the world, and so that's our product. We do not develop drugs, but we actually develop methods. So along with all that fantastic research, we also have in-house wellness and inclusion advocate, Chidima Ozor Kumar. Is she going to come today? No. Okay. So, you know, she's our navigator in terms of wellness resources the campus has, the school has. She also hosts several events for the department. So we really want to produce happy graduates, not just smart graduates. I want you to be happy. That's very important. And I thought that this is not really important, but when you're happy, you also do your best work. We have a very active graduate student body, and you're going to hear more from them. We have a graduate student seminar, we have journal club, we have brown bag, we have Biostatistics Student Association, StatCom, we have a new seminar series on DEI. So in my second term, I focused a bit more on mentoring, climate change, and grow individuals as leaders. So once the scaffolding in terms of science was done, I focused on this. And I think there are lots and lots of opportunities. Dr. Kidwell is going to talk to you about the professional development course that department is doing, that it's never too early to start leading. And that's something students also appreciate. As I said, that we have departmental budget on parties has grown exponentially. Last weekend, we had an event in the ice skating arena, and we are having a movie night, and this is great for you and your partners, and people were really, really happy to bring their dates into these events, saying that, like, look, what an awesome department we have. But we are also doing a lot of research events. For example, one of the events that I'm very, very proud of, that every graduating student gives sort of their last lecture when they graduate at the Research Showcase Symposium every year. We also have several student-led seminars and conferences. So I just want to say that, did I miss a slide? Yes, so this is again, like, the department is very supportive of blending your life and providing lots of avenues for interacting and making friends, because this is something I really learned in Purdue, that the math was important, but friends were very important. We also are very unique in terms of this series of lectures called Journey Lectures, where you get to see baby pictures of faculty. You can see that how cute they were as babies, and this is one is coming up. They talk about their life, where they were born, how they grew up, and we serve food from their place or country of origin. We are also very good at art, and I'm not going to play this because this is a skit. If you go to our YouTube channel, even if you don't come to Michigan, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really need followers. Really, we don't have that many. People are not interested in biostatistical humor, but you know, I just like a pitch. So we are very good at skits. So here you can see that we actually had a skit with a statistical theme. Kelly and I and Rod are acting in this skit. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. I just wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that's real. So we have been very active in COVID research. So when COVID happened, none of us could predict it. We are great modelers, but none of us could predict it. We actually really rose to the occasion. And this department made incredibly important influence in international and domestic policy. And I just want to show you that how it built. So one of the first papers on COVID-19 models in China was done by the Song Lab, the Peter Song's lab. And our group instantaneously borrowed it and wrote a paper which was highly influential for the first lockdown in India. And so this paper actually has generated more than 7,000 media clips, and it's unbelievable what happened during that time. And then we also use data at that time, real time, to talk about the differences in black and white outcomes in COVID very, very early. This is also a very highly cited paper. Delay in cancer, delay in screening, delay in care is actually contributing to excess mortality. This health system backup, even when COVID is over, is really contributing to excess mortality in Western countries particularly, and we really need to model that, account for that for changing policy. So this paper actually did that. It's very highly cited as well. So you can see that, as I was telling you, that we just do not do research, we translate it into changing communities. So I think that you can go to any other department, we stand out because we are fun and we are good and we have traditionally been good. People want to come here because they're happy. But I can promise you that no other department has a departmental anthem. I'm not going to sing it, but if you come here, be prepared to sing. At every event led by Rod, you can actually watch it. My slides are there. Again, please, YouTube channel. So we are Biostat. Michigan is where we are at. We are very incredibly proud of this community, and I'm so thankful that even for a day you are a member of this community, 2 days, but I hope you are a member for 2 years or more. Thank you so much. I think I have made my pitch. I'm happy to take any questions. Questions? Yes, please. Can you please say your name too? And where?
Riley.
Hi, Riley.
You said there were 276 grad students, all of them?
That is a great question. So we only have graduate students. The School of Public Health has undergraduate program, but we do not have a major in biostatistics. So we have the 276. What is the breakdown, exact breakdown, Nicole, of the 276? How many masters and how many PhD? 173 masters and 103 PhDs. That's why I said, it's one of the largest PhD programs in the country because 103 PhD students is very large. So we admit around 15 to 20 PhD students every year. I know of PhD programs which are 15 and 20 students over 5 years. So, other questions? Don't be shy. I'm not going to be here for the rest of the afternoon. I have to go somewhere, but yes, please. Can you please say your name, please?
What will you decide of graduate and
Roar, you are in BDSI. Yes. How are you doing? Good. I still watch the Facebook pictures. I know that you guys have a lot of fun. The anticipated cohort this year is around 20 to 23, right? Is that right, Kelly? Around
20 to 25.
Between 20 and 25.
About 50 to 60, 70 in the Biostat masters, and 30 in the HDS masters.
See, as statisticians, we are always giving you credible intervals. Giving point estimates like a machine learner is a bad idea. Uncertainty quantification is not a strength of statistical learners, machine learners. Anyway, other questions? Yes, please. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I think you said this was your last year as chair of the...
I wish I knew. I only know what is not coming, which is not. I am not continuing because I think alternation of power and alternation of ideas is necessary for the health of a department. So I am going to. Usually we have internal chairs with 3-year terms, And once you are done with 2 terms, usually internal chairs do not continue. So there's a possibility that there will be an external chair, but I think there are lots of people in the department who will be very well positioned to take on the leadership. And I think we have created a great culture, great infrastructure, and the department is going to fly. And particularly with 7 new people coming, 2 full professors, maybe 8 new people coming, 2 full professors, 2 associate professors, 4 assistant professors. This place is going to be fantastic. And I'm very proud of the people that we have recruited in infectious diseases, in spatial and environmental statistics, in computer science, pure computer science, with a focus on spatial transcriptomics and causal inference for clustered data. These are our 4 areas of like young junior faculty, and then there are the senior faculties are absolute stars. So I think I have done my job. And the department will be very well positioned. Yeah. That's a great question, though. Other thoughts, other ideas, trepidations, concerns? Yes, please.
My name is also Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
And I was curious, besides age, what are some major distinguishing factors between the traditional?
That's a great question. So I would say that there is a traditional statistics department, modern statistics department, traditional biostat department, modern biostat department. So I think if you think about the history of statistics, the first textbook in statistics was written in early 20th century, 1901 to 1904. So statistics is a relatively new topic compared to mathematics or physics, right? 1901, 1904, those of you who follow the history of science, this is pretty young as a discipline in general. Even what we are calling old is young in the large scope of things. And what really started statistics was agricultural field experimenters coming to Pearson and Fisher and geneticists asking experimental questions. That's how it originated in the UK first. And then, so that tradition of being provoked by real experiments is still biostatistics and statistics. Fisher's analysis of variance was actually designed to compare blocks, right, with different kinds of yields. And now we have moved in terms of our experimental science, and we are collecting spatial transcriptomics data, and we are developing the methods that are needed for that data. So I think this pairing of application and what you are developing is hand in hand, in tandem with what my collaborators from the other side of this building or medical school coming and asking me makes it very exciting. If you ask me what is the fundamental difference, I think that the problems and math that we work on are often driven and brought to us by our collaborators, as opposed to it's an abstract math, now let us find a data example where we can apply it. That's more classical statistics, that I'm seeing a math problem, let me see that, like how we can extend it, let me see if I can find a data set I can apply it. We are much more embedded and motivated and inspired by real applications. All right. Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Is there any difference between the health data science program and our traditional biostatistics master's program in terms of like program design or logistics?
Yes, so Dr. Hui Jiang, who is leading the health data science program, is here. He can answer that question. But philosophically and in terms of intellectual training, the main difference is that you take a lot more computing courses which are required in the HDS, which are optional. A lot of our classical, standard biostatistics students also take some of these computing courses. So there is a sequence of computing courses, programming, algorithm, and then there is machine learning, and also an immersive case study, which really dives deep into some areas of big data. It could be imaging, it could be mobile health, it could be different integration. So in that sense, it's a little bit more hands-on and actually big, messy data. Yeah. The core courses are similar, 601, 602, 650, 651. The math, stat, and the regression courses are identical in the two courses. It's not that you jump into programming an algorithm without learning about statistics and probability. We don't believe in that kind of machine learning. Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Lillian.
Hi, Lillian.
What's the kind of interaction between these different kinds of?
That's a great question. So, you know, lot of our master's students become PhD students. So from the very beginning, you're assigned a peer mentor. So there is a bonding system. And there are also several training grants in the department. I did not show you. But if you are a part of the training grant, that's a natural place of belonging. But we also facilitate lots of discussion in terms of town halls, in terms of social events. But the main interaction is through research groups, also through training grants, and this peer mentoring system and informal settings. Yes. This is a very open department, and because there is a natural flow of students, you know, who do masters and do PhD here or somewhere else, I think it's quite integrative. But mostly it happens through research groups will be my, anything else to add, Kelly?
It's also through classes, through coursework, especially if you're coming straight from undergrad as a PhD student, you will be taking classes as a master's student as well. So you will have integration in your classes.
But I think I interpreted the question as that people who are currently master's students interacting with the senior PhD students. Maybe I understood it.
Both answers are good.
Yeah. 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 In your peer group, there is much easier to interact. But senior PhD students is a little bit more complex, and that happens through research mostly. But our students are the best part of the department. Faculty are good, but anything else? All right. So thank you for your attention. Have 2 brilliant days here. And don't forget about the